peek of BOWLER. Today, you guys, we are looking at BOWLER on defense, and if you see, they have 4 of them coming out of the clan castle. And you guys, they are going against witches. Now, of course, on the last video, we took a more insight on the BOWLER's specs. If you remember, the BOWLERs have about 8 housing spaces, and they do splash damage. So, going against witches should be no problem. These guys do splash damage on these troops, and then once they've killed them, they target the next enemy, which would be the witch. So, that doesn't seem too difficult for these BOWLERs to take out multiple troops at one time. With 8 housing spaces, 8-minute training time, and 380 hit points, I'm sure people could figure out a way how to use these things and make them viable as a defensive unit. Taking the same scenario, guys, if you had 2 witches in the clan castle, because I believe you can only fit 2 witches in there, with the BOWLERs, they are able to clear out these mass troops with wizards and barbarians, whereas the witches would probably get taken out since they don't have really high damage. They're more used for distracting. But because of the BOWLERs doing splash damage, they're able to take out a team of wizards and barbarians. So as you can see, the BOWLER with just half health is able to be fast enough to take out the wizard with 1 shot, and that gets the victory. So you guys, I can see possible application with these troops in the clan castle. Maybe not all BOWLERs in the clan castle, maybe perhaps 1 or 2. But of course, with the new Valkyrie changes and her being faster, she is able to take out these BOWLERs no problem. And that's expected because she is stronger, she's faster, and she does the job pretty well. So I do see maybe people using Valkyries as well in clan castles, perhaps even with BOWLERs alongside them. So we have barbs and archers this time, and I think if they're gathered together, that makes the job easier for the BOWLER. Now, I think this is a bit of a weakness. If you surround the BOWLERs, they have a much harder time trying to take out their targets because they're spread out and they're not all gathered together. And of course, the BOWLERs can only throw straight ahead. They can't make their rocks go in a V or anything like that. So that is probably a way people can take out BOWLERs in clan castles. We will have to see. But now, as an offensive troop coming out of the clan castles, we will have a BOWLER versus BOWLER battle. Oh my gosh. Yeah, so I guess the thing to take from this, you guys, is do not stack your BOWLERs all in one spot because they do splash damage. So all of your BOWLERs will be hit, so it's better to space them out. And of course, you can see when the BOWLERs come out of the clan castles on defensive, they do spread out. They don't just stand in one spot. So that is very nice of Supercell to think of that and to space them out. But you guys, we have some actual gameplay of the BOWLERs on defense coming out of the clan castle as a battle. And as you can see, these barbarians are trying to chop the walls down. These guys are getting splashed by these BOWLERs, and they're throwing rocks everywhere. So it doesn't look like these guys are getting anywhere near that gold, and they're getting splashed by these BOWLERs. So you guys, with every update that we get, you notice that the layouts of the higher bases change. So with this new troop coming out, perhaps this may change the high-level gameplay of this type of defense. You guys, I'm interested to know just exactly how this will make the higher players change their layouts. Will it force people to reposition their Eagle artillery and key weapons? Because, as you know, the BOWLERs do splash damage and their rocks bounce off of targets. So that could possibly mean that they could get to the Eagle artillery and key weapons that could change the fight in their favor. I know for a fact when the Hog Riders were released, people had to change their layouts. It wasn't actually until the Hog Riders were changed to target weapons that people had to come up with anti-hog bases. And the hogs being so devastating, they had to put traps and bombs everywhere to counter these guys. So I'm wondering if this will be the case with the BOWLER as well. Will we see people creating new defensive layouts to counter these types of troops since they do splash damage and they can hit 2 targets at once? Their weakness, however, is that they are ground troops, so that doesn't mean that they can target air units. That would be cool if they could. I mean, if they could throw rocks at dragons and whatever is flying in the air, that would be even better. But I think that would make them a little too strong, and I think maybe they're